Yo, what's up, guys? Quick live stream. We got PrizePicks Taco Tuesday. I gave out an Underdog Fantasy discount on Twitter, but they bumped that shit really quick. So that's kind of why live streams are better in some ways, and there's a ton of value on Dabble. So we're going to take a look, and ideally, oh shit, we got an Underdog Fantasy play once again. If you haven't used the discount already, this looks rock solid, okay? We have Andrew Nemhard under 7.5 rebounds plus assists. So let's see if we can get in an underdog play. So we want under 7.5 rebounds plus assists. And we need to find some pairs with it. So this play seems rock solid. And what we can do is we can kind of build. I mean, maybe if we can get this in time, we can start out with a nice little Underdog Fantasy slip, right? So you can see all the books have Nemhard heavily favored to go under 7.5 rebounds plus assists. But anyways, is there anything else on Underdog? There's a ton of plays on Dabble right now. This play's incredible, but we got to get it down quickly. So maybe we go here with Blackshear under 22.5 PRAs, and this will kind of be a little 3-pick entry on Underdog Fantasy. The Nemhard play is by far the best. And then we got college basketball picks that we can kind of lock in. So this seems incredible, right? So let's just go ahead. Let's lock it in. Could not detect my location. You fucking kidding me? And then we'll go over to PrizePicks. PrizePicks has the discount on Luka, but let's try to lock this in. We could not detect your location. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's go. Detect the location. So anyways, let's go ahead. Let's lock this in. And there we go. Boom, we got it. So again, the way that Underdog works is, so let me put this link in the chat. Here you go. Here's the link to Underdog Fantasy Play. We'll go to PrizePicks in a second, but the way that Underdog Fantasy works, so we have a 3-pick entry on Underdog Fantasy, and they gave me a max of $100 for this. But right, the way that Underdog Fantasy works is they give you the same payout. Nope, we don't want to look at in-game. We want to look at all. Is if you take a player like Miles Turner or, Dylan Brooks or whoever you want to look at, right? If you take, Nemhard, if you take him to go over or under 4.5 assists, you get the same payout, right? Underdog Fantasy, they give you a 6x payout for any 3-pick entry. You take his over, you take his under, you literally get the same payout. They don't change your payout based on you selecting a player's over or under. But if you look at Nemhard, I mean, maybe it's lineup driven, but you can see all of the books, they have his under as a huge favorite. Huge favorite. Huge favorite. So this is an incredible play. Again, it's not available on PrizePicks. It would have been a great play on PrizePicks, but all these books have different lines from one another. They don't even have a rebounds plus assist line up for him on PrizePicks. But anyways, what we can do is we can lock this in, and this will be our first play. And again, on Underdog, they give you a 6x payout for 3-pick entries. We're betting 100 to win 600, and you could have included the promo play with this. But on PrizePicks, they only give you, if you just make a little PrizePicks slip, they only give you a 5x payout for 3-pick entries. It really makes a big difference long term. You don't want to be playing 3-pick entries. But anyways, here we go. We got it, and they give you a max of $100. And then let's go over to PrizePicks here in a second, and hopefully we can find some good plays for this Taco Tuesday discount. Blackshear under 22.5 PRAs. But anyways, let's take a look at PrizePicks. There's also a ton of value on Dabble, so we'll have to lock in some Dabble slips in this live stream. So I already gave out on Twitter. Let's go here. So we want to go to Fliff. So I already gave out Tyler Hero over 3.5 assists. Hopefully some of you were able to tail it. But now it's gone on Fliff, or at least they lowered the odds. Again, like these great lines, sometimes they don't last very long. If a bet's really good, the book's going to bump that shit. So like you look at Hero, his over 3.5 assists is already bumped to minus 125. We got it at minus 110, so a lot of the value went away. But anyways, what I was going to say is now it's available on Dabble. So the market has really ripped Tyler Hero to being a big favorite to go over 3.5 assists. So if you actually just go to like, sometimes it's lineup driven, I don't really know, but you can see. So maybe it's because he's available to play. He's no longer questionable. I mean, I'm not really sure, but long story short, you can see the market has ripped him to being a huge favorite to go over 3.5 assists. Dabble, it works just like Underdog. They give you the same payout if you take a player's over or his under. But anyways, we need to find a PrizePicks play as well. So what we can do is we can kind of take a look at this. So Luka, they're giving you a 5-point discount. They're discounting his line to 28.5. And it may not seem like a huge discount. I mean, a lot of people don't play all the tacos, but you really should be. For 5 points, Luka's line moves from minus 220 to plus 115. So, I mean, it's a huge swing in the odds, right? The probability Luka ends, kind of in this gap, 33.5 to 28.5 is pretty high. So these discounts are really impactful, easy value for us as a sports bettor. And again, the more books you have, the more promos there are like this Luka taco discount. Damn, you cop Tyler Hero at plus 100? Fucking insane. I dropped it on Twitter. But anyways, did you get Tyler Hero pick, my G? Yeah, I got it on Fliff. Did I miss any Dabble picks? You missed one. Maybe, or maybe you got it from Twitter, which is right here. So that's the first play. I locked in on Dabble, and then on my 3 a.m. live stream last night, I hit this play. So all over Jabari's over. I'm not sure which of these plays are still available. But anyways, let's kind of go ahead. Let's build our PrizePicks slip. Let's fucking get our PrizePicks slip in. So where do we want to start? Damn, so we have a really good play. We actually have some different options. So there's Jalen Green under 9 rebounds plus assists. And then we have Alperin under 10 rebounds. So let's just kind of take a look at this. And again, I follow, obviously, a very data-driven approach. The general premise is every play you go with on Underdog, on PrizePicks, whatever, you want to make sure you're getting solid value on your plays. If you're not finding value, like if you're betting on him to go over 10 rebounds when other books have his line at 9.5, you're getting ripped off, right? And you can see most of these books have his under favored. They have his line, first of all, lower at 9.5, but they also have his under favored. So this is a crazy good play to go with. But again, they bump shit fast on PrizePicks oftentimes. So I just want to try to move quickly. So we want to take him under 10 rebounds. And you may be like, 10 versus 9.5, who cares? In literally 2 out of the past, 5 games, he had exactly 10 rebounds. So if you bet under 10, you would have pushed. And if you bet, under 9.5, you would have lost if he had exactly 10 rebounds. But anyways, what we can do is we can try to lock in, again, there can be value in any sport. I'm very opportunistic. I don't really give a fuck what book I'm betting on. I don't care, what sports book I'm betting on. Sometimes PrizePicks has really good promos. Other times it's Dabble. Other times it's, some other random book. So I always recommend you want to ideally use as many of these books as possible. Dabble's been the best book for me this year. Underdog, I'm down a little bit of money, whatever. But the more books you have access to, the better. So here, PrizePicks, the values in Esports, they have this guy's line too low. So we want to take his over, right? The rest of the market. All these books have sophisticated models. They're taking bets, moving lines based on where action's coming in. Even if you don't use Hot Streak, this is a data point, right? It's a sports book telling you, no, his line should be higher at 7.5. Underdog's at 6.5. All these other DFS sites are at 6.5. So we found a play with value on PrizePicks. And again, on PrizePicks, to be profitable, I'll kind of share this spreadsheet that's the math behind PrizePicks. I can't see your Dabble plays either. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. They're right here, pending. Maybe if I add an entry description test, you can see it. But I'm not sure. But anyways, on PrizePicks, you know, to be profitable long term, all you got to be able to do is win your picks, win your over-unders above 54.25% of the time, which isn't easy to do. You know, you have to have an edge, right? You have to win 55% of your picks, only losing 45% of your picks, like Luka over under 28.5, right? If we can win our picks like Luka over under 28.5, above 54.25% of the time, we're going to be profitable. So here's the next play we want to go with. So again, like we obviously have the Luka discount. That's a play with value. We have, you know, this play which has value. Like we're just finding a bunch of plays with value. Obviously, we'd rather take nobody's over as opposed to his under. Like it would be extremely stupid to bet him under 6 when you could get him under 7.5. So we know the over's the side. But anyways, let's kind of see what else. What other value do we got in the market? Anyways, let's go ahead here. And let's take a look. Let's see if we can find anything else on PrizePicks. So we have Rozier over 4.5 assists. New player on the Heat. So what we can do is this can be our 4th pick. And again, Underdog Fantasy, or sorry, PrizePicks, they just have really bad payouts for these 3-pick entries. So long story short, you know, don't want to take 3-pick entries on PrizePicks. You want to try to build a 5 flex. So we're kind of building our slip. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 4 good picks. But we want to find a 5th pick to go with. Because again, 5-pick flex plays are optimal. Kind of on PrizePicks. So usually I just kind of like skip over these plays where there's only 2 data points. So like this guy, I mean, you only have 2 data points. Hot streak versus PrizePicks. But honestly, I don't want any of this stuff to get bumped. So whatever, we can just lock this in. We have 5 plays, all with an edge, just kind of using value to try to find picks winning above 54.25% of the time on PrizePicks. Good, sharp bets. And what we can do is we can lock this in. The max for the discount is, you know, I'm pretty sure they're going to give me only $5. And you can see the max when you're using this discount is only $5. So it's not a lot of money. But here we can lock in kind of the PrizePicks play for Taco Tuesday. Fuck yeah. So let me share the link in the chat. And here we go. It does look like the most random slip ever, but I mean, there's value on all the picks. About as clear as it gets for most of these. You know, like on PrizePicks, like you take his over or under 10 rebounds, you're going to get the same payout, right? Cool. All the sports books, they have his line at 9.5, and most of them have the under favored or the under juiced. ESPN, they have the line at 9.5 with the under favored. FanDuel, lines at 9.5, under favored. So not only is the under favored or the unders juiced, but we're also getting half a point of value because on PrizePicks, they have his line at 10. So this is Taco Tuesday slip. And we'll take it. Most random slip ever, for sure. But if that's where the value is, that's where the value is. And then we have YSKM over 4. So hopefully we win all our plays. And then we'll have a late night esports play. And what we can do is we can go here. And this is our PrizePicks play for Taco Tuesday. And again, their payouts are 10x, 2x, 0.4x. So even if we go 4 for 5, we still double up. So it's a little different than placing like a 5-leg parlay on a sports book. But anyways. And what we can do is we can just take a look at Dabble. Why not? So again, I already have this play on Fliff. But we can lock it in on Dabble. Again, this is kind of the benefit of having more than one book. Like if you check Underdog Fantasy, they don't even have an assist lineup for Tyler Hero. Doesn't make any sense, but they don't. But if we check out, PrizePicks, where do they have Heroes line? So they also don't have an assist lineup for him. So a little weird. But you can see here, it's like, okay, they don't have an assist lineup for him. Dabble has his line at 3.5. All the books have the over heavily favored, right? On Dabble, it's just like Underdog. You get the same payout if you take his over or you take his under. So we're going to take his over. So what we can do is we can go here. And you can start loading up a slip with me. They have gotten a little quicker with bumping shit. But that's fine. So let's see. I mean, again, like, never know which book is going to have the best plays on a given day. Ideally, that's why you want to use as many of them as possible. So we have Heroes over. Okay, makes sense. All the books have the over heavily favored. Minus 170, minus 150. And we're getting a 6x payout. So, like, let's say, for example, you could get a 60% win rate. So 60% win rate means minus 150 odds, minus 150 true odds. So when a sportsbook has a team minus 150, that team is 60% to win. They're a 1.5 to 1 favorite. Minus 200 is a 2 to 1 favorite, 2/3 to win, 66.7%. But anyways, if you could win your picks, you're over under 60% of the time, your ROI on Dabble would be Jock Market. Do you use? We also got to take a look at Bettor. Yeah, we can take a look at Bettor here in a second if they have discounts. Do a demon slip. Yeah, usually there's not much value in the demons. But if you can win your picks 60% of the time, right? A minus 150 favorite is 60% to win. Minus 150, 1.5 to 1 favorite, 60%. Your ROI on Dabble will be 30%. So all we need to do is find picks that have a win rate of 60%. So this play on Tyler Hero, why is its win rate above 55%, making it profitable in a Dabble slip? We're just using market information. It's not just like there's one data point. There's, dozens of sports books. They all have Tyler Hero heavily favored to go over. And then it's the same thing for Jalen Green. All the books have Jalen Green heavily favored to go over. So the next play we have is Banchero over 4.5 assists as well. I mean, you can see again, the market has his over super heavily favored. So we now have 3 good picks. They also kind of pair well together. If we take Heroes over, Banchero's over, if the game's not a blowout, most likely they'll both be in the game longer. So what we can do is we can just kind of lock this in on Dabble. And sometimes I have issues just verifying my location, but we can place it there, and that'll be our first Dabble pick for the live stream. So we have Jalen Green over 20.5 points. We have Hero over 3.5 assists, and then we have Banchero over 4.5 assists. So it's the same payouts as Underdog, plus 500 odds. They just limited me, unfortunately, to a max of... So we already have some plays open for the Super Bowl, but I got a max of $45, which is what, the max they give me for these 3-pick entries, which kind of sucks, but nothing you can do. So apparently Bettor has some discounts. So what we can do is we can take a look at Bettor. Discounted picks, max cumulative total, $20. So what promos do you got? Where are the promos? So I assume it's on the NFL. So it looks like they have one on George Kittle. I mean, it's kind of shitty discount. It's only a 12% discount, 12% off receiving yards. Not super thrilling, but and again, if you're just tuning in, here's the PrizePicks play we locked in for Taco Tuesday. So 5-pick flex play, Luka's the discount. Butler appears to be the best promo. So let's take a look at Butler. And so they're discounting him 10% off points to 17.5. I mean, no, you can't unfortunately use the taco twice. You can only use it once, which is bullshit, but just kind of how it is. And again, in these live streams, I try to focus on the main books. You can see there's some good value on WinBet. You know, they're the only book that has plus money on the Winnipeg Jets. Pinnacle, you know, like you can think about it, Pinnacle right here. Whoops. Most of these books, they have the same odds, or roughly the same odds on the Jets and the Penguins. Pinnacle is known to be a pretty sharp, smart sports book, especially for money lines. They have the same odds on the Jets and the Penguins. So that means they're telling you through their odds, through their market, they're giving you the same price on both teams. So they're telling you, we think this game's 50-50. You know, the Jets are 50% to win. The Penguins are 50% to win. You know, it's 50-50. It's a coin flip. That's what it means if they're giving you the same odds on both teams. You know, the sports book thinks both teams are equally likely to win the game. It's 50-50. It's coin flip. But we're getting plus 105 on WinBet on the Jets. So it's like flipping a coin where you're getting plus money, which is a no-brainer. You flip a coin. If it shows up heads, you get $100. If it shows up tails, you know, you only lose like 95. But anyways, what we can do is we can maybe see if we can find some more value on Dabble. Here's the PrizePicks slip. Once again, we locked in. Then we also got down an underdog play. So nothing on Fliff, at least on this live stream. I don't see anything with a, you know, with a ton of value. I mean, there's Halliburton over 6.5 assists at minus 120. You know, kind of finding value in the market, it's like the first basic step to being a profitable bettor. If you're betting on shit at minus 154 when another book is offering minus 120, you're getting ripped off. You're not going to make money. But what we can do is, you know, it doesn't seem like there's a ton on Fliff right now, which is just kind of how it is sometimes. So what we can do is, you know, maybe we can make a different underdog slip, or sorry, Dabble slip. So like, for example, let's kind of see where the opportunity is. So the play on Tyler Hero is by far the best. Again, they limited me to only, whatever. They only gave me $45. So usually I wouldn't do this, right? Like, usually I wouldn't include the same pick in an entry twice. But you can see here, like, another couple picks that pair well together. It looks like PrizePicks is Dabble is too low on Miles Turner's line as well as Jalen Green. So if we look at Turner, shut up, is what we can do is we can go here and we can go to the Rockets game and we can take, you know, Turner and Green. So let's take a look here. So like, okay, all these other fantasy sites, PrizePicks, Underdog, they have him at 15.5. Caesars has his line at 14.5, but they have the over as a minus 163 favorite. FanDuel has the line at 15.5. PointsBet 15.5. Fanatics 15.5. All these books have sophisticated models. They're taking bets, moving lines based on where action's coming in. It's pretty clear that getting over 14.5 on Dabble is fucking good value. Obviously, you don't want to take the under, but it also pairs pretty nicely with this Jalen Green prop. Assuming the game's not a blowout, you know, both players will probably get more playing time. Both players are more likely to go over. I don't know why it always doesn't confirm my location. Sometimes I just have to disconnect my phone. But let's see if this works now. So there we go, and you can see they give it to me. So it's just like another little 3-pick entry. I mean, pretty similar, but if it lets us get down another $45 of value, I mean, I might as well lock it in. Diversification. So what we have is we have Turner over 14.5 points. And if you don't like any of these picks, you can always skip over a pick. But like if you look at, you know, what else was it recommending? Devin Booker. Devin Booker over 28. All the sports books have his line at 28.5 with the over favored. DraftKings, BetMGM, they have his line not only higher, they have the over favored. FanDuel, $10 billion company, really sophisticated model. They're really fucking good at setting lines. They have access to betting volume. They're taking bets from sharp, profitable customers, moving lines based on where, action's coming in, especially from sharper customers. All these other books have his line higher at 28.5 with the over favored. So long story short, seems like a pretty damn good play on Dabble. If you want to place a 5-pick entry, you could include whatever. You could include the play on, Banchero's over and then also Devin Booker's over. And then you'd have a 5-pick entry with all overs. But anyways, let's see if there's any value on, I got to plug in my computer. But let's see if there's anything good on Bettor. Here's the PrizePicks slip. Here's the Underdog Fantasy slip. Do a 5-pick on Dabble. Sports Quack referral. Sports Quack. 18% off Giannis points on Bettor. So let's check out Bettor. Let's check out this Giannis discount someone mentioned in the chat. I did not mean to Google Bettor. So let's check out this Giannis discount. So that is the discount we want. This is a much better discount. So we have Giannis, we have a 6-point discount in his points line. And what we can do is we can try to find some pairs. I mean, of course, we still need some good stuff to ideally pair with this Giannis promo play. And there's just not, I'm pretty sure the last time we faded Nick Claxton, it didn't really work out for us, but let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here. And again, the reason you don't want to look at last 5 charts, so many people like to pull up these last 5 charts, is again, every game is different and everything is baked into the market. Like, these books aren't fucking dumb. If Jimmy Butler is out and Tyler Hero is going to be taking more of the passing load or whatever, books will move lines towards his over. The market reflects new information. If all of the sharps, the sports betting syndicates, the pro bettors, the really profitable customers on FanDuel, DraftKings, BetOnline, Caesars, if they're all slamming Tyler Hero to go over because they think there's too much value on it, the books move the line towards the over, as you can see right here. That's just how a fucking market works. But anyways, what we wanted to look at was Nick Claxton. So PRAs, points plus rebounds plus assists. So let's take a look at this. And usually I wouldn't, So you can see Bettor has his line at 29.5. All these other books are at 28.5 with the under favored. So that play does seem decent. So we want his under 29.5 PRAs. In the Giannis discount, so we're getting a 6-point discount on Giannis. Usually, it's not like there's a ton of value on Bettor right now, but where's the Jazz game? Man, John Collins has a high rebound line. It's not like there's a ton of value on, right now on Bettor, but we have this promo. A 6-point discount for Giannis is definitely, we want to take advantage of it. So we are just fading Nemard. And they already removed Nick Claxton. So anyways, if you take a look at the odds, what we can do is we can go over here. And if we take a look at Giannis, how big is a 6-point discount? Right, so you can go to player points, and if you're kind of curious, okay, we're getting a 6-point discount for Giannis, his line moves for 5 points, and we're getting a 6-point discount from minus 270 to plus 105. So that's a big fucking jump in the odds. So getting a 6-point discount on Giannis may not seem like a big deal, but it really is. So what we can do is, again, in general, I don't recommend doing this, but is we can just play this as a 2-pick entry, which again, usually I don't do, but There's just not a ton of value on Bettor right now. And most importantly, I don't know when this promo expires. And it's only for $10. But basically anything you pair with Giannis, if you make a 2-pick entry, given that the first pick is like a minus 300 favorite, is going to be good. But we can take advantage of this little promo. So we have, what the fuck, man? Take my bet. So let's see here. And again, like, just kind of why it's beneficial to have as many books as possible. And thanks for pointing out, you know, and we're getting a 3x payout on this, so that's plus 200 odds. So we have Giannis over 26.5. And then we have Nemhard under 18.5 PRAs. New taco. Let's fucking go. We got a new taco. And they already bumped up nobody. They still have this play on Alperin, but anyways, maybe we go back to PrizePicks because they do have a new taco. And who's the taco on? So we have an NHL taco. And it doesn't look like, I mean, there's the same play. If we take a look at like rebounds plus assists, Jalen Green, it looks like, you know, PrizePicks has his line at 9. All the other fantasy books, 8.5. Even if you only use PrizePicks, that's a source of information, right? All these books, like, your fucking handicapper isn't smart. You know, DraftKings, a $10 billion company, they're pretty smart. They're pretty good at setting lines. They have access to betting volume from sharp customers. They're moving lines around. It's a market. That's what you want to be looking at. And you can see, like, it's not just like there's one data point. There's hundreds of books posting NBA player prop lines. They all have Jalen Green's line lower at 8.5. So that seems like a good pair for the new PrizePicks taco. But maybe we'll hold off for a sec. Let's check Underdog. I mean, ideally there's some new plays available. ParlayPlay probably has a ton of value. A lot of value on ParlayPlay, that's for sure. So what we can do is we can see, is there anything kind of worth betting there? And again, here's our little Bettor promo play. But Dabble hiding your picks. I think maybe I have to add a description. Let me know if this works. Test. Anyways, if not, they're doing it and, you know, I can't really do anything about it if they're hiding it. But Claxton under 14.5 points. I mean, there is some value here. But let's see if there's anything new on Dabble. Suggs over 9.5 points. You know, so here's another option, which maybe pairs well with Banchero over an assist, taking Suggs over in points, Banchero over in assists. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to call this live stream a day for now. We got some Dabble picks in. I'll call it a day for now. I'll be back on live in a bit to kind of go through the next taco, just when some new value pops up. I mean, it's a lot of the same picks. There's some new ones like Suggs on Dabble, but there's some value on ParlayPlay, but whatever. I'm going to get some lunch. And thanks so much for tuning in, and appreciate it. Can't hear stream right now. They are hiding them. Description doesn't work for me. Anyways, I'm not trying to hide them. They're all tracked on Pickett too. So you can see, if you can't see there, you can see all my plays should be end up, you know, getting tracked on Pickett on Dabble. I'm not sure what's going on with them. But anyways, I'll be back on live in a bit. Appreciate, you know,